F my roommate's mother, and F her cancer and dead husband too. I moved in with one of my good friends. From the first day I moved in, his mother treated me like I was there to serve her. She treated her son the same way too. She stated she had cancer and always wailed about her husband who was dead. Now they rented the property, but she didn't like how things looked and made us do major renovations to the property without the landlord's permission. One thing he did was demolish the patio and rebuild it to her liking, then add a hot tub. We never got to use the hot tub because it was never level according to her, even though it was. She had her son take the tub apart and he couldn't put it back together, so it sat there for 2 years. During the vid I agreed to help her with a project. She has a home business and was revamping her website. I dabble in Photoshop and agreed to help her take pics of her products and make them look nice on her website. She has cancer, I want to help her out. Big mistake. She acted like she owned me. I was the only one working at the time, so I was busting my butt to keep the lights on and a roof over our head. Any free time I got she wanted for herself. Screw it if I had other personal projects. She was more important. I divided my free time between her stuff and mine, but that wasn't good enough. Everything had to be done right away with vague instructions on what she wanted, so I was constantly redoing the pics. Everything that had color had to be the exact shade. While it looked exact on my computer, the shade was slightly off on her phone and had to be redone. It got to the point she demanded I work on her stuff while I'm at work. I work at a restaurant. Anyway, when I got home she stormed in and berated me in front of my roommate and his friends he had over that I didn't do her pics that night. She then threw my bike I was storing in the garage out and told me it wasn't allowed in the garage anymore. It didn't get stolen. Thankfully, however, a tropical storm hit the next week and ruined the bike. Cut to some time later, the landlords are sick of her home improvements and evict us. They gave us 2 months thankfully to get out. She made us dig up all the plants and rocks around the property and put them in the neighbor's yard so she could take them to the next house. We are talking about over 40 ferns and cacti. When the day came to move out, my roommate and I were fully packed. By the time the truck came, she wasn't packed at all. Plus her stuff wasn't going into storage like ours. No, it was going in the neighbor's yard. It took 20 hours to empty her house and put everything in the neighbor's yards. We were done by 2 in the morning. She covered half the stuff in taps, badly. The new house we were getting wasn't ready when we moved out. We had to wait a week. 2 days after her stuff being outside, a giant rainstorm hits. Half her stuff is ruined. When we moved into the new house she kept complaining how we had too much stuff and I should get rid of some of my stuff. All my stuff fit in my bedroom. Her stuff took up the whole house. Plus she didn't help us move in, she sat on her butt worrying about a cat she saw. She did end up rescuing the cat, but he's been mean to the other pets. She won't do anything about it. If we don't jump when she snaps her fingers, she goes on a tirade that we need to help her because she's got cancer and can't do the work. 6 months later after moving out I found out she never had cancer, and her husband divorced her. He's not dead.